Hello, everyone, and in case you missed it last week, there was an update to Lychee Slicer, and it went up to version 7. So, in case you weren't up to the current version, go ahead and download the newest one, and you should be on 7.0.1. Now, the biggest change to this particular version, which they're calling a major update, is the library. And I can honestly say I wasn't really excited about the library edition to begin with. I know we said we'd talk about it, but honestly, it is what it is. I'll show you in a little bit what I mean, and I'll show you how it works, and we'll go over a little bit of it after I go over some of the change notes that actually do affect the folks that are using newer printers and things like that. According to Mango or Lychee, whatever they're calling themselves these days, the big news is the Lychee library is out. Big news. Hundreds of ready-to-print models certified by Lychee. No hassle, just print. This is true. There are lots of pre-supported models, but I'm going to go into why they don't exactly. It's not exactly not 100% hassle free. At least not from my experience. Um, Stunning models from the world's top creators. Welcome aboard with fresh updates every month. Now, again, I'm reading this right off of their copy. A secure, user-friendly platform for both creators and users. Now, I remember originally when this was talked about a couple of months back, I was asked to submit some of the models that we have that we've created custom, and I did. I was told maybe we were going to get used. It never happened. I don't think they ever handed. I don't think they placed any of our models in their library. Whatever. I don't care. Uh, Whatever the reason is. But yeah, this is supposedly going to be like a My Mini Factory, but kind of built into, I guess, more like a Cults 3D.com, but built into Lychee. I'm going to go over a few reasons when I actually show you why I don't like it that much. But some of the things I wish they would have fixed are some of the things like the proximity bug that I'm continuously having, but I still don't have a solution for that. As well as a number of other things that that I've been dealing with bug wise. But anyway, we won't get neither here nor there. I won't even go into the full bug list because honestly, it's not that big. Apparently, according to this, they fixed the resin fast slicing, fixed artifacts occurring during slicing. So again, if anyone's actually using the fast slicing, which I think I've heard some criticism against this, I don't think a lot of people are using it. So far, the improvements made for version 7 are the general condition of sales and update of the end user license agreement. Again, this is the probably most lackluster update I think I've seen in a long time. And I'm not trying to be insulting here. Sorry, Lychee guys. They've added 4 new printers on the resin side and 1 filament. The Anycubic Photon Mono 7 Pro, Mono M7 Pro. For those who've been waiting for that, that is now available. Gate 3D Evo 852 and the 850, and the Elego Saturn 2 14K, the upgraded version. On the filament side, they have added the Peopoly Magneto X. That is pretty much it for the 7.0.1. Again, the biggest update was the library, and we're gonna take a look at the library in a minute. I'm gonna show you guys the big update for version 7. We'll be right back. Okay, so here we are looking at the Lychee Slicer 7.0.1, and aside from it having literally all of the same tools that it always has, the one thing you're going to notice is this library button up top. Now, I'm going to remind everybody, if you don't know this, that you don't have access to this by default. If you're a free user, you don't have it at all. If you're a pro user, you don't have it. I don't even think premium users have it. They're charging an extra dollar amount for this every month. I believe it's $14.99, and I think it's going to go up to $20. But those are euros. So again, if you're in the US, you got to translate that to US dollars. So there's going to be a little bit of a price difference there. So this is the store. This is our library. I'm going to call it the store because it costs money. This is their library. This is the big update for version 7. Now, I am usually a very big supporter of Lychee, and I love their slicer. It's wonderful, but I actually have to speak out and say I do not agree with what they've done. If they wanted to give us a library, fine. It should be a library for creators to contribute, share, and give things away. This should not be something you have to pay for or subscribe to, as far as I'm concerned. We already pay for the slicer. We've got our licensing fees there that we pay every single month, and those prices have gone up, not down. And now we have a library here that honestly works poorly. So I'm going to show you a couple reasons why I do not like the library. Now, maybe it'll work better once I start paying for it. Somehow I doubt that. So you can specify up here, okay, we want to search for resin and we want to say all pre-supported models. And then we'll just go ahead and search. I'm just going to do something like simple. Superman. See if there's any DC Superman models. Nope, that is not Superman. That's Mr. Incredible. Now let's see, is he actually pre-supported? It says one file, pre-supported. All right. And let's import the models. Now, a few of the things that the library doesn't really take into consideration is how big your printer is. Notice how this just loaded in outside of the boundary of my printer. You also can't do anything with these files at all. They're locked. You can't slice them. You can't do anything. You have to have the library subscription active in order to be able to use them. So I'm not really sure why they give you the ability to look at these files at all. Now, there was other things I noticed as well that kind of annoyed me. So in the library here, you can go, we'll go back to the home page. Some of these items are for resin and FDM. I understand that, resin and FDM are very different, but there are some objects I've taken from FDM and I have made them work on resin. Now, this is Printed Obsession. This is actually one of the artists that we are a merchant with, and we sell some of their physical prints. Now, I don't sell their Pokemon stuff because these are all fan art. They give these away usually, which I found funny that they're on a store that costs money because they usually give these away. If you want any of these models, you can go check them out on like Thingiverse or Thangs, one of those websites. They have almost this entire library out there for free. So you don't need to buy a subscription for these. Now, let's say I wanted to download him, even though I don't have the subscription. All right. Now it says Resident FDM right there. And I don't care about the pre-support. I'm not that picky. Now this one, and anything like it, I have had this problem. And that's because it comes from an FDM. So it wants me to create a 3D printer, but it doesn't tell me which printer. It doesn't tell me what I'm supposed to create. I've actually tried creating multiple printers, and it doesn't matter. It will not load those objects. Not that it matters too much because I have almost zero intentions of using anything from the library, as I do not plan on paying additional monthly fee to download models, with a lot of which I'm pretty sure I can go find some of these for free online. So a little upsetting that this was the big update. This was their major 7.0.1 update, as it just kind of feels like, hey, check out our new library. Then that's about it. So for those of you that were interested in this update coming up, great. For those of you that were not interested in this coming up, I mean, I guess, you maybe were right in thinking that it wasn't really worth your time. Now, as far as I know, the ones that are blurred here, which I'm not going to click on, have adult content or NSFW, which is why they're blurred. So if you're wondering if there's NSFW content on the library, answer is yes. Yes, there is. But again, is this worth $15 a month? I don't know. Share your comments, guys. What do you think? Do you think this is a worthwhile update, or do you think this was just a lackluster update? I don't know why I feel completely defeated by this update, but this is just, in my opinion, this was not really a major update. I mean, I guess including the library is a big deal for them because they make more money. But at the end of the day, it's not really a big deal for me. Now, again, I am a Lychee ambassador, but really all that means is that I try to spread the word about their slicer, and I talk about how great it is as a slicer. I don't necessarily have to love their business practices. So while I do love and appreciate the slicer in itself, I don't necessarily enjoy this. This update seems a little empty to me. So I'm a little disappointed by this. But anyway, you guys share in the comments. What do y'all think? Do you think this was a good update? Was this worth waiting for? Is this a 7.0 that's considered major update? Or is this just kind of like a, hey, we want to make some more money, so we've spawned another 3D print store essentially, because there aren't enough of them already. I mean, there's so many websites you can download 3D models from. I don't think Lychee really needed to throw their hand in this game. It feels kind of like when Epic threw in their hand when Steam already had a very big following. It feels a little silly and duplicitous to have so many places to sell your models. As someone who makes 3D models, and on occasion we will sell a few of them, I will only sell them on one or two stores. And honestly, I'll sell them on the places that I can sell for free because I don't really want to give away like a good percentage of what I'm selling. So I mean, yeah, sure, we get less traffic that way, but if you're looking for my models, we've got places where they can be sold digitally. Anyway, that's about it for this episode. The 7.0.1 update, like I said, came out last week. Otherwise, I mean, it did seem to address some performance issues on my end where I was getting a little laggy and some crashes. But then again, Lychee still suffers from some of the same bugs it's had since version 5. And some of those things I'm still kind of figuring out workarounds for and stuff like that. So hopefully they work out some of those other bugs that I've mentioned to them along the months that I've been working on checking out these different bugs and solutions for them. But as of now, I'm going to just hope that the next update actually has some more meaningful content to it and fixes and bug fixes and other additions to the software. Perhaps maybe some new innovations would be cool. As of now, though, I think I'm going to give Library a pass. Again, share your thoughts. Tell me what you think. Is Library worth a good shot? Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe you guys want to tell me, hey, no, it's totally worth it. It's totally worth $15 a month. You get access to all these models. And honestly, I think there's only 800. I mean, according to that, I think this number right here, 836. So for $15 a month, you have access to 836 models. Whereas, you know, uh, you can just go and download them individually and probably in some cases just pay for what you want and just be done with it rather than having a monthly subscription. I get what they're trying to do here, but again, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with it. All right, without going further onto a tangent, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next week.